Now I understand you, he was lured out not by others, but by his own purpose. Yes, yes, that's so. So, Judas was mistrustful, he was hiding the money from others. Yes, in Gethsemane, you said. And why you intend to look for him precisely there, that, I confess, I do not understand. Oh, procurator, that is the simplest thing of all. No one would hide money on the roads, in open and empty places. Judas was neither on the road to Hebron, nor on the road to Bethany. He had to be in a protected, secluded place with trees. It's as simple as that. And except for Gethsemane, there are no such places near Yerushalayim. He couldn't have gone far. You have utterly convinced me. And so, what are we to do now? I will immediately start a search for the murderers who tracked Judas out of the city, and I myself, meanwhile, as I have already reported to you, will stand trial. What for? My guards lost him in the bazaar last evening, after he left Caiaphas' palace. How it happened, I cannot comprehend. It has never happened before in my life. He was put under surveillance just after our conversation. But in the neighborhood of the bazaar he doubled back somewhere, and made such a strange loop that he escaped without a trace. So, I declare to you that I do not consider it necessary to try you. You did all you could, and no one in the world, here the procurator smiled, could do more than you. Penalize the sleuths who lost Judas. But here, too, I warn you, I would not want it to be anything of a severe sort. In the last analysis, we did everything to take care of the blackguard. Ah, yes. I forgot to ask, the procurator rubbed his forehead, how did they manage to foist the money on Caiaphas? You see, procurator, that is not especially complicated. The avengers came from behind Caiaphas' palace, where the lane is higher than the yard. They threw the packet over the fence. With a note? Yes, exactly as you suspected, procurator. Yes, although here Afranius tore the seal off the packet and showed its contents to Pilate. Good heavens, what are you doing, Afranius? Those must be temple seals. The procurator needn't trouble himself with that question, Afranius replied, closing the packet. Can it be that you have all the seals? Pilate asked, laughing. It couldn't be otherwise, procurator, Afranius replied very sternly, not laughing at all. I can imagine the effect at Caiphas. Yes, procurator, it caused great agitation. They summoned me immediately. Even in the semi-darkness one could see how Pilate's eyes flashed. That's interesting, interesting. I ventured to disagree, procurator, it was not interesting. A most boring and tiresome business. To my question whether anyone had been paid money in Caiphas' palace, I was told categorically that there had been nothing of the sort. Ah, yes? Well, so, if no one was paid, no one was paid. It will be that much harder to find the killers. Absolutely right, procurator. It suddenly occurs to me, Afranius, might he not have killed himself? Oh, no, procurator, Afranius replied, even leaning back in his chair from astonishment, excuse me, but that is entirely unlikely. Ah, everything is likely in this city. I'm ready to bet that in a very short time rumors of it will spread all over the city. Here Afranius again darted his look at the procurator, thought for a moment, and replied. That may be, procurator. The procurator was obviously still unable to part with this question of the killing of the man from Kiriath, though everything was already clear, and he said even with a sort of reverie. But I'd like to have seen how they killed him. He was killed with great art, procurator, Afranius replied, glancing somewhat ironically at the procurator.